Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2022 NCAA Selection Show for Division II Women's Soccer. I'm Brendan Gulick. It is great to be with you as we prepare to open up the national tournament here this fall. We had some amazing conference tournaments this past weekend, a few epic late-game comebacks that were pretty cool to follow, and some wild upsets that threw a few wrinkles in this year. It's obviously what makes this time of year so much fun. Grand Valley State, two-time defending national champions. They are still the measuring stick across Division II soccer. Lakers have won 5 of the last 8 national titles, actually. And there are some terrific teams this year that are lined up to push their limits. Dallas Baptist, West Chester, Columbus State, Central Missouri, St. Rose. Lots of really good programs keen on making a deep run this fall. This is the absolute best time of the year for 56 teams that are about to find out they've been invited to play in this year's national tournament. Now, there are certainly some relaxed teams, but there's also some pretty nervous groups out around the country right now. We promise we won't make you wait too much longer. First round matches this year take place Thursday, November 10th or Friday the 11th. Second round matches are on Saturday and Sunday this coming weekend. All games played on campus of a participating institution, and they'll consist of 2 sites per region. The 2 finalists in each sub-region, well, they're going to advance to the third and then quarterfinal competition. That'll be played Thursday, November 17th or Friday the 18th, and then Saturday the 19th or Sunday the 20th. All games will be broadcast by the host institutions up until championship weekend, and then we got you covered right here, NCAA.com, for the semifinals and finals. In fact, those games will take place December 1 and December 3 at Interbay Stadium in Seattle, Washington, with a big thank you to our hosts, Seattle Pacific University. Okay, time to unveil the bracket. Let's see who is dancing here in 2022. We begin with one of the favorites to win it all this year, the West Chester Golden Rams in the Atlantic region. WCU is unbeaten so far this year, and they are the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference champion for the first time since 2010. They beat Gannon 3-0 to win their 5th ever conference title. Victory gave goalkeeper Haley McGee her 14th shutout of the season. That is second most in a single season in program history. She's also got 19 victories, second most in program history. They'll open up the tournament this week with Bloomsburg, who is not able to defend its PSAC title this year, but the Huskies have one of the top defenses in the country. They're going to be a really tough out in the national tournament. Top 10 nationally in goals against average, and they have a whole bunch of shutouts on the season. They'll play West Virginia State to open the tournament, who has one of the top offenses in the country this year. Now, their dream of a Mountain East Conference tournament championship came to an abrupt end on Friday. The heartbreaking 1-0 loss to Fairmont State, just 13 seconds left in that game, but West Virginia State still in the tournament. Frostburg State fell narrowly in the MEC championship game for the second straight season, playing a 0-0 draw with Fairmont State before losing in penalty kicks. First season as a member of Division II, Frostburg State played great in the Mountain East. They lead the country with 15 shutouts. They open up this year with Kutztown, the 7th seed in the region, after a 9-5-4 regular season. Gannon hosting the opening pod after a terrific year. A 10-match unbeaten streak for Gannon. That was snapped in the conference championship game of the PSAC Sunday afternoon. They were denied their first conference championship. But that's okay. The Golden Knights could certainly take some solace in the fact that their second place finish in the tournament was the highest they've ever finished in program history. The last team in the region here is the Falcons from Fairmont State, who are playing at Gannon on Friday. The Falcons won the program's first MEC title. They defeated Frostburg State in penalty kicks. Okay, to the East region now, where the top seed this year is the College of St. Rose. The Golden Knights just won their 10th conference title in program history. They beat up Adelphi 4-0. NE10 goalkeeper of the year, Pia Bozic, tops the league with a .40 goals against average and a .881 save percentage. They're hosting Jefferson on Friday afternoon. The Rams' quest for a 4th straight conference title came to an end Monday as the 2nd-seeded Rams were upset by 7th-seeded Caldwell in the quarterfinals of the CACC tournament. But they're back in the national tournament and ready to take on the top seed this week. Mercy, the ECC champions this year. 3rd time ever they've won the league title. They're in the national tournament. First time they're sitting atop the league since 2017. Kami Anaya led the way. She was a league title favorite, and she was named the ECC MVP. Mavericks will play Adelphi, who made it to the NE10 final this year for the first time in 7 seasons. Our other host in the East Regional, it's Franklin Pierce. The Ravens had won 10 of 11 games in the middle of the year. Matt Johnson's 3rd season in charge has been their best since he took over the program a few years ago, and they're excited for the national tournament. They're the 2 seed hosting Southern New Hampshire. They'll open up play on Friday night. 3 seed in the East, the 2018 national champion, the Purple Knights from Bridgeport. They come in with a 17-match unbeaten streak, 12 wins and 5 ties. That equals a school record set back in 2015 when Bridgeport posted a then school record 21 wins and advanced to the NCAA Division II semifinals for the first time in program history. Purple Knights have St. Anselm to open competition. The Hawks knocked out of the NE10 tournament in the semis, but they are ready for a clean slate on Friday. Still on the left side of the bracket, but now down to the bottom quadrant here. We're moving to the Central region, where the top seed is Central Missouri. They are also one of the top teams in the nation this year and a serious threat to win the national title after raising the trophy back in 2017. Central Missouri got the AQ this year after winning the 6th MIAA tournament title. They beat Emporia State 4-3 on Andre Orcutt's game winner in the 87th minute. The Jennies, favorite in this region, but they've got some stiff competition. The 8th seed here, the Bulldogs from SWOSU, Southwestern Oklahoma State University, out of the Great American Conference. How about their win over Oklahoma Baptist? In the 3rd meeting between the 2 schools this season, SWOSU outscored OBU 10-0 in those 3 games. Championship win avenges the 2021 GAC tournament title when SWOSU lost to Oklahoma Baptist. Emporia State and Fort Hays State, the next 2 teams on the bracket. Emporia State battled back from a 3-0 deficit to tie the score before falling 4-3 at Central Missouri on Sunday afternoon. Fort Hays bowed out in the MIAA semifinals, but they are, without question, one of the best defensive teams in the country this season. Bemidji State lost only twice this season, and they get to host on Friday. Congratulations to Bemidji State. They posted 6 straight shutouts and 14 consecutive games without a loss. And they are going to entertain the Broncos from Central Oklahoma. 2 more teams in the region, Minnesota State and Northwest Missouri State. The last 2 teams, Minnesota State just couldn't find the back of the net in either regulation or overtime. Mavericks fell to Minot State in a shootout, but they finished the NSIC regular season with the best record in the conference. They were the top seed in the conference tournament. They certainly have some momentum coming into the national tournament. Meanwhile, the Bearcats were bounced in the league semis, but certainly have a good record at 13-5-2 this fall. Finally, to the Midwest region, in the very bottom left corner of our national tournament bracket, where Grand Valley State is the top seed again in 2022. And few programs around the country have consistently achieved the level of success the Lakers have, even after changing leadership last year. 2021 national champions are GLIAC champs again this year, and they are poised for a deep NCAA run. They will play the winner of Maryville and Northern Michigan. Maryville won their first ever GLVC tournament title this year, while the Wildcats get an at-large from the GLIAC after they push Grand Valley right to the brink. Cedarville hosting the opening weekend. The Yellow Jackets, the 2 seed in the Midwest, made their 3rd straight appearance in the GMAC title game, but they finished up as the runner-up again for the 3rd year in a row. They begin the tournament this year with McKendree. The Bearcats achieved their first ever undefeated regular season. They've never done that in program history, and they entered the semifinals of the league tournament as the last unbeaten team in the Midwest region. 2 more teams on this half of the bracket. It's Ashland and Ferris State. The only loss Ashland took since the first 2 games of this season, a 2-1 decision at Cedarville on September 17th. How about the way they backed it up in the Great Midwest Athletic Conference title game when they beat the Yellow Jackets 1-0 to play well for a 2nd straight year. They got the Bulldogs in the opener, and the Bulldogs, an Eagles winner, will play either Cedarville or McKendree. Okay, time for just a quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to give you the right half of the bracket. Don't go away. More coming up next on NCAA.com.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Hope you're enjoying our coverage on NCAA.com. It's the best time of the year, and we have certainly enjoyed telling you about the left half of the bracket. But we still have 26 teams to put in this year's field as we change over to the right-hand side. Let's go to the South region, where Embry-Riddle is the top seed. They've gone undefeated now through 18 games. Conference tournament title was the Eagles' third in a row. They joined Tampa as the only Sunshine State Conference women's soccer program to have a three-peat in conference tournament play since the tournament was conceived back in 2003. Meanwhile, third straight NCAA berth for the blue and gold. They will play the winner of Florida Southern and Mississippi College, who get a chance to kick off this tournament on Thursday afternoon. Nova Southeastern, the 2 seed this year in the South. The Sharks lost to Embry-Riddle in the conference tournament, but NSU was electric in 2022, scoring 2 goals per game on average, which was the second best rate in the league. And while they had a great offense, the Sharks possessed one of the stingiest defenses in the league too, allowing less than 1 goal per game. They'll play the winner of the game between West Florida and Lee. The Argos have often been among the top 25 in the nation this year. Lady Flames looking to get rid of that bad taste left in their mouth after the Gulf South Conference tournament. In the Southeast region, Columbus State, the top seed this year after a terrific 16-2-1 season. The Cougars won the Peach Belt Conference this year during the regular season and in the tournament to take that top seed in this region. They can absolutely light up the scoreboard. Nobody across the country scores more goals than Columbus State. They're averaging more than 4 per game. And they'll begin tournament play with the North Georgia Nighthawks, who beat them in the regular season finale 4-0. Limestone, the 4 seed in the Southeast. They have arguably the stiffest defense in the nation this year, allowing fewer than 1 goal every 2 games played. Limestone will play Lenore-Rhine at noon on Friday. They split the 2 games they've already played against each other this fall. Catawba and Wingate meet in the 2 versus 7 matchup. Catawba's offense ridiculously good, and frankly, it's often overshadowed nationally by Columbus State. But they're ready to show up in a big way on Friday night. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs beat the Lady Indians in the conference tournament last week, but they fell 1 win shy of the conference title when Limestone knocked them off 1-0. Last 2 teams in the region here. Flagler, brilliant this season, 13-3-2. They get the AQ out of the Peach Belt. The Saints just won their 4th straight PBC title, ready to make an even deeper run in the regional final than they did last fall. They begin the tournament with UNC Pembroke, who is led by Conference Carolina's tournament MVP, Anna Grossheim. The Braves, back-to-back conference champs in 2021 and 2022. South Central region, 6 teams in the field this year. It includes number 1 nationally ranked Dallas Baptist, 16-1-1 on the season, and they are legit. These guys can certainly win the national championship in a few weeks. DBU just won an unthinkable 12th consecutive conference championship. Lost only once this season to Angelo State. They take a lot of shots. I mean a lot. You better be ready for an offensive barrage if you're playing the Patriots. Who's going to play them? Well, DBU gets the winner of West Texas A&M and St. Mary's. That'll be a second-round game on Sunday. The Lady Buffs and the Rattlers start their tournament Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern at a game at DBU. Colorado School of the Mines gets an auto bid. They won the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference for the first time since 2019. The Ore Diggers lost only once all season, and they'll get either Angelo State or UC Colorado Springs. Mountain Lions, led by goalkeeper Alexis Walker, who is this year's RMAC Goalkeeper of the Year. They'll play the Rambells Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Finally, let's take a look at the West region, our final region, and only 6 teams left to fill in the bottom right corner of the bracket. Hawaii Hilo is in after winning the Pacific West Conference title outright and closing its regular season at 13-0-3 last weekend. Hawaii Hilo enters the tournament the number 1 seed in the West. They receive a first-round bye, and they'll await the winner of Cal State LA and CUI. Cal State LA posted 3 straight shutouts in the conference tournament. They got a total this season of 13 shutouts. Pretty impressive. It's their 7th NCAA tournament appearance and their 2nd since 2014. This team's had an impressive turnaround, by the way. They started 2021 with an 0-7-2 record, and since then, they've gone 7-6-7. Western Washington's hosting too. They're making their 10th consecutive trip to the NCAA tournament. The Vikings were crowned the GNAC regular season and conference tournament champions. Of course, they'll be looking to make it back to the top since they won the national title in thrilling fashion back in 2016. Freshman Morgan Manalili leads the team, 8 goals and 20 points. She was the GNAC championship MVP, so watch out for her and the Vikings in the upcoming NCAA tournament. 2 more teams awaiting their fate. One of them, Point Loma. They're in. They beat Dominican 3-0 on the road in the team's Pac West finale on Saturday. Allison Pepper a couple goals in the win. PLNU is going to take on Sonoma State. Congratulations, a spot in the NCAA tournament. The Seawolves just took home a program record 4 conference awards. Julia Pritchard, once again, CCAA Defensive Player of the Year. That's the 2nd year in a row. PLNU and Sonoma State going to play in the first round, the winner advancing to take on Western Washington on Saturday. All right, there you have it, the 2022 National Championship bracket in its entirety. We cannot wait to get this postseason started. Really look forward to crowning a national champion coming up in Seattle in a few weeks. And by the way, if you can get out there and support your local schools, please make an effort to go out and see them in person. Watching these student athletes compete in front of fans during the conference tournaments was really, really cool this last week, and I'm sure they would love your support as they chase a national championship. That wraps up our coverage on NCAA.com this afternoon. I'm Brendan Gulick. Don't forget, keep it locked here for all the latest news and information during the tournament, including game start times and locations. Good luck to all 56 teams competing in the playoffs this year, and we sure hope we'll see you in Seattle.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.